Sharing with Scratch.
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 Hi, welcome to Sharing with Scratch. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Vanessa.
Today's episode is all about neighbors. We're going to look at why it's useful to check in with a neighbor when you're creating a Scratch project in class.
Neighbors make projects better. They added diversity of viewpoints to projects, and they ask us to stretch to think about ideas that we haven't thought of before.
I know I've had a number of experiences where a fresh set of eyes and a new perspective are all I need to get unstuck.
But just like all forms of sharing, there are things about checking in with a neighbor that might be difficult for some folks.
And to help us identify and solve these problems, we're going to check in with the best neighbor of all. Mr. Rogers!
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for neighbors. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hello, friends. I used to think checking in with a neighbor was a class time distraction. My students didn't know how to give useful feedback to each other, and they were scared to share their projects. Luckily, with the help of our friends, I found ways to expand my thinking on the subject. Let's go to the classroom of make-believe, where Claude, Lawrence, and Molly are working on their Scratch projects.
Mr. Wiggins, my script doesn't work, and I don't know what to do next.
Do Lawrence or Claude have any ideas?
Lawrence, can you help me?
Well, I don't know anything about making stories. I only make games.
Claude, could you look at my project?
I am running out of time on my project.
My friends don't want to take the time to stop and check in, even if it might lead to valuable new ideas.
We can start class with the stipulation that at some point, everyone must check in with 2 neighbors. That way, students will expect questions from others and will have dedicated time to give other feedback.
What are you working on?
A maze game. Do you like it?
Yes. Do you like my gravity simulation?
No, it stinks.
That did not help at all, and now I feel bad.
Providing students with strategies for check-ins can be really helpful. Ask Scratchers to come up with 2 questions they want to ask about their own project and 2 questions they have about their neighbor's project.
Or 2 things they'll learn by looking at their neighbor's project.
Or 2 ways their neighbor's project might inspire them to change in their own project.
Or come up with your own. These loose scaffolds can be enormously helpful. And focusing on asking questions versus like or dislike can lead to deeper feedback.
Monsieur Wiggins, I am stuck.
Can I help?
No, I do not want her to see my work.
Sharing work can be scary. It's important that we make safe spaces to share work. We might ask Scratchers to think about projects in stages or drafts. A little distance from the project can make it easier to share with others.
It's okay if your project isn't perfect yet.
Yeah, my project is a mess. I still can't figure out how to get my maze to go to the next level.
Have you tried using the touch color block? Look, when touching color, switch background to...
Totally rad!
What a good idea.
Thanks for checking in, friends. See you soon.
Checking in with a neighbor.
It's a great way to enact a community of learners.
And to help students build their cooperative and collaborative abilities.
As always, check out Scratch Ed for some great resources, and tune in next time
For what? 2, 3, 4! Sharing with Scratch.
Sharing with Scratch.
Sharing with Scratch.
Sharing with Scratch.